Let's look at what goes into a transfer of title. We'll cover the ways a title can be transferred and the legal instrument that actually transfers the title. Title transfer can be a complex process. Anytime a property is sold, willed, or simply handed over to another person, the title must also be transferred to the new owner. Most often, title is transferred through the sale of a property. Once the transaction is completed, the title is passed from the seller to the buyer. Less often, you may see transfers of title through foreclosures and short sales, probate, adverse possession, or eminent domain. Foreclosure can take place when someone fails to repay a mortgage loan. In this process, a lender can attempt to claim the title to a property that was being used as collateral for a loan. A short sale is a related process, and like foreclosure, it occurs after someone defaults on a mortgage loan. In this case, the property is sold for less than or short of the outstanding debt. Probate is a legal process that occurs after someone dies. It's mainly used to determine if a person's will is legal. It can also be used to distribute assets that aren't addressed in a will. Adverse possession is a legal process through which title to a property can be passed from the owner to someone else who's been occupying the property without permission. There are specific conditions that must be met by the occupying party before they claim ownership. These include openly occupying the property for a minimum amount of time, and occupying the property against the wishes of the actual owner. Eminent domain is a right possessed by government bodies that allows them to take property for public use. When eminent domain is invoked, the owner of the property taken by the government must be justly compensated. Every time a title is transferred, a new deed must be drafted. First and foremost, a deed is a formal, written, legal document. A deed must describe, with reasonable certainty, that a title to a parcel of land is being transferred. The party releasing the title, known as the grantor, and the party receiving the title, known as the grantee, must be adequately identified in the deed. Depending on local laws, this identification may also require the listing of the parties' residences. A deed must be signed by the grantor in the presence of a witness who must also sign the deed. The deed must be delivered to the grantee, and the grantee has to accept the deed for it to function. While no formal ritual is necessary when delivering the deed, the grantor must arrange for delivery as an indication that the grantor will transfer the title. Intent to transfer isn't enough. The main difference between a deed and a title is that the title shows the rights to which a person is entitled, while a deed is the legal instrument that confers these rights. In other words, the title only shows the ownership, while the deed is the formal legal document that can assign or transfer property ownership. While the title is the core to ownership, the deed is the core to the transfer of ownership. They're tied together, but have distinct and important aspects. Transferring title is a regular part of a real estate agent's job. Understanding what goes into a transfer will help you and give you the ability to help the customers and clients you work with.